Every day is so wonderful, and suddenly it's hard to breathe. Now and then I get insecure from all the pain. I'm so ashamed.
We're all made up of the same tissues and ligaments. So why do we put ourselves through these tough predicaments based on our skin pigments? Internal differences separate and deteriorate relationships between us siblings. We're all brothers and sisters of this earth. Planting our hateful seeds to grow family trees, and the result, leaves, falling gently to the turf. Dying, decaying, decomposing elements adds on to the relevant, ignorant development of hate towards people who originated here in the first place. Slaves enslaved on this land because of their birthplace. They were free, but what's freedom to a freed man when he's lost all of his individuality? And it costs him so much, so he's never free. And apparently 40 lashes on your back is canceled and cracked by the image of 40 acres in a mule. Not even 400 jewels can mend the laceration of cruel white swords piercing the flesh of black soldiers in a 400-year war against the oppressed. There was no self-defense. And offense is used to prevent these foreign people from the South we call Mexicans, and the flesh again is considered rare because they're not American. So they're labeled as aliens. If something wrong in their cranium, they get pulled over for driving in their own American industrial titanium spaceship. They get locked up in a confined planetarium. For those that didn't get the analogy, in my penitentiary. Now they're labeled as criminals. And the term illegals is legal to my people because the mentality of the old skin color see-through teach you that it's heredity. And honestly, I will never be an object of this obscene racist dream created by humanity. So as a Hispanic man, my stance is to proudly stand and try to understand why my people's only glance in this country is from a prison cell, like if they part of the Taliban. It's tragic, man, when I said my people, my brain envisions Hispanics in a quick pace. When the image in this place should be the human race, it leaves less room to discriminate. And compact the hate you have saying this is a world full of white men, all because a selective few did their dues to the Ku Klux Klan. Love your white sister and accept your white man, but of course, some of us do the opposite. Embrace the hate and have true love band. And ignorance tells us if you're black, listen to rap, and if you're white, listen to that guitar smash on stage for the rock man. In reality, those soft melodies should be loved natural like the herb grown in Jamaica, man. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Only then will you truly see a vision of colors fully free, living together happily and in harmony. But of course, how disgusting this world would be if we all just went hand in hand. What can I say? They just don't understand.
We are beautiful, no matter what they say. Words can't bring you down, no. So don't you bring me down today.
I cried that night. And somehow, as if the clouds knew that my misery needed company, they cried too. They were the shield from letting any strange bystander know exactly how I feel as we cried together. We cried as if you were 6 feet under the earth's surface, or 5 shots away from your last breath, or 4 stabs to each valve of the heart, as if I found 3 cups of already consumed bleach, or as if I was 2 seconds too late and found you hanging there over a wooden chair with a note that read, they couldn't accept me, so I couldn't accept life. You see, I wasn't naive like them to believe that you are walking sin, so I cried as if you were smiling down from heaven. And you were my one angel. And I cried the next morning, and somehow as if the clouds were still trying to hide the swelling and the red, there were a couple of tears that they again shed. So we combined my saltwater sea with their freshwater pond to create a homogeneous mixture of sadness and sorrow and sympathy. There was no procedure to get rid of the confession that you implanted in me. And I promised you my secrecy, so I carried it as if it were my baby, putting on layer on top of layer so that I wouldn't show but my answers to their questions, cause my nose started to grow. There was no plan B for the soul. No prenatal care to help my heavy heart mend. So I cried as my mama did when she realized her baby boy had a boyfriend. And I cried because I couldn't abort the hell that caused the hell that you awoke in. I cried as they tried to fix you because you weren't even broken. I cried trying to bear the weight of the floors of our society And since they put you down, this is my apology. Baby brother, I'm so sorry. They just don't understand.
You are beautiful, no matter what bring you down. No, so don't you bring me down today.
By the age of 21, most women have had sex with an average of 9 men. And within the 5 years of losing their virginity, most women will have had sex with nearly 10 men. See, the statistics tell you the facts. But the likelihood of any one of you hearing that and not being shocked, ashamed, or filled with terms like whores and sluts is unlikely, but it says it there. Most women do what I do. Most women do what I do, but hear my stories and call me a slut because I seem unsatisfied when running my mouth about my sexual endeavors. I seem impartial to the general destruction that sex has on women, that meaningless sex has on women, meaning I am a whore. Meaning I am a slut because I overindulge in what comes easy to me. I take sex for granted like Americans do calories, but the only thing is, no one is there for that during part. Yeah. Anyone can witness the process it takes to capture the prey, but no one is there when my clothes fall away and melt into the panels of unfamiliar floors, or how when I walk with him, I can't help but think about how attractive I am, how no man ever willingly looks at me, how he's only sleeping with me because he's incredibly lonely, how I crack jokes to him about backing out as soon as he sees my face in the light, or how the lights are always off when my clothes come off, or how my eyes stay shut the entire time his flesh is on top of mine because I cannot bear to look this strange man in the eyes while he has what used to be important to me. Or how I now stay quiet during a moment that was once filled with my bubbling laughter as the one I once loved kissed me from the top to the bottom, saying God's made me from a storybook fantasy, or how I used to smile and let my bodies feel more than just the mechanics. There was a time before my touch was cold and mechanical. But now, I lay in this bed just waiting for it to be over, so I can roll to my side with the blankets wrapped around my thighs as he gets dressed, hoping that he'd leave more quickly and with less than tests, but he doesn't dare ask to hold me because I made it clear I do not want his pity. I want to be alone and feel that fire in my soul slowly burn out while wishing there was someone to hold me and console me, but asking him would be too damn easy, too unsatisfactory like the dry sex we just finished because he doesn't even know me. But I can't ask him because I've done this to myself. Living the tale of a slut, I have brought myself to this point where we wear mini skirts instead of intelligence and V-necks in place of diligence, just to remind ourselves we do not deserve to feel anything more than the chokehold of death rattling at our fingertips. But that's how it is as a woman. If we find that we have an issue with something we said yes to, it results in the general dismissal of just another woman bitching, and more often than not, we are silenced by the power of our own vaginas. So maybe someone will hear this and decide that the next woman they see has a story of her own that has been loosely interpreted by those with clumsy vocabularies, or they'll just decide to ignore what is being said, considering there's hardly anything one can do to change the smut said about the all-too-common slut. But I should probably expect someone to understand me a little bit more now that they have the insight to the life of a whore, but they just don't understand. I am beautiful.
So don't you bring me down. Don't you bring me down. So don't you bring me down.